So I didn't post a video on this channel in like I don't know how long because the one video got flagged and I got a strike or whatever. So I've been like really antsy about I've been really antsy about actually posting on this channel. But for the new subscribers who wanted to see my content on here, I'm gonna give you one of my I'm gonna give you a video. I think I didn't say anything ever since October of last year. So yeah, man, I've been, going on my other channel and I'm gonna put it down below. So we got the reset of the sysbm passports being attacked again by the guys who's generally supposed to be winning here. And in my other video, which I'm gonna what you call it down there below, I'm gonna put it in the link below, where I'm gonna talk about I talked about it in that video. So if you want to look at the video, the only reason why I'm putting it on this channel is so you can know that both channels exist, and for people who really subscribe to me, was like, whoa, why he don't make videos? Well, I got videos on my other channel, right? But this video is like bringing it on, see if I could test this video out and see what's going to happen. Hopefully I don't, nothing goes down or whatever, right? So I'm going to break it down to you of the so-called free vagina thing, right? So a lot of these dudes, like a Super Sly said, you can get it for free, all the while spending time in a club. These dudes have to go to clubs. These dudes have to wear outrageous outfits. These dudes have to do all this useless entertainment just to keep women entertained, just to get minimum sexual interactions with them. These guys don't have real hobbies. These guys have hobbies of women. Women, they don't go to women and tell women that they gotta expand. They don't tell women that they gotta do more than be on Instagram Live for 3-4 hours. Women are the masters of wasting time. Women can literally say, I'm living my best life. 5 years later, she had 3 kids. And by the time she turns around, she lives her life. And 10 years pass, she's 30 years old. Now she's looking for somebody. A lot of them can waste time because they always have multiple chances. Men don't have multiple chances. This is why the self-termination is high among men, because men don't get second chances. Men have to get it. Men have to make sure that the mistakes they make isn't major. They have to make mistakes that are micro, or they got to make mistakes that they have to make sure that the mistakes are at least tiny or micro mistakes, that it doesn't affect their life. But it gets harder and harder when you got guys like a Minister Jab, C Boogie, Xander's Host Clutch, and all these other people who talk against guys traveling, want guys to sit in rooms with women for long periods of time. When if I tell a chick that I only got 2 hours and we have 2 hours left, what, you busy? No, I just don't. I just like giving people minimum of time, and they don't like that. These guys give women way too much time. Ramil Lemire, he chills with them. A lot of dudes don't. These guys really don't like being around the women they're around, because if they did, they would spend more time around these women and less time trying to shame men. They wouldn't even care about. They wouldn't even care about men going overseas. You know why? Because they would have 30-40 women around them entertaining them. So it tells you that these guys, they want to replace the women that they want to replace the women they have access to with the women from overseas. But they don't know how to do it, because a lot of them don't know. They can't bring that hood stuff and the way they talk to women overseas, because they're a visitor overseas. They can't bring that, oh, she's a German Shepherd. Oh, she's this and that and this and that. I'm going to throw her through the wall. Because a lot of these women overseas have their fathers and men in their family that watch over them. You can't treat these women any type of way. And let me go to let me go to Super Slide's point saying that men go overseas because somehow, some way, we going to benefit from what they do. No. If a woman cheats on her, we could go tell her father or her mother, and they'll deal with her. See? A family structure. Over here, a woman cheats, and she gets to go away because her mom is in on it too. Or her dad is too weak to actually come to you and say, my daughter cheated on you. That was bad. She's a bad person. Right? There's women out here that get disowned for treating men the wrong way by their own family. So that's what's it. A lot of dudes don't want to throw away women over here because they think every woman is useful and she gets assigned to every guy. And this is what these dudes want to do. And I broke this down in my other video at the very end of it, in the middle of it. What this is slandering your name, slandering sysbm and traveling bros to take your place so they don't have to deal with the women here because they mess these women up so much. They have to do useless. They have to watch useless movies. They have to go to restaurants they don't want to go to. They have to spend ample amount of hours with them. And they have to entertain them just to get something that they know other guys got. But these women put them on a plan to make them wait for a long period of time. So I'm going to give you a thing of them saying that it's free. Let's ask the question, right? Ask a person how much they make. All the people who said that it is for free. So tell them in between whatever. Give them 2 numbers. Okay, I make 2 numbers. I make 3 numbers or 4 numbers a week. Okay. How many hours you work? Give it a some number. A lot of hours, small hours, or big hours. Big hours or small hours. Okay, let's break that down. These guys talk about they're getting it for free, but the fact is the part-time hours, if you spend more than 4 hours with a so-called chick, you're literally wasting, you're literally throwing money out of your pocket. Money's falling out your pocket by the time money's falling out your pocket after the 4-hour mark. Because that's hours that you could be making money. So now you're trying to pursue sexual relations with a woman who isn't worth the money that the money that you make on your job. Spending time with her. Is that woman worth the many hours that you wasted? That you could have took more hours for a job, or you could have did something. You could have had another job making more money. If you spend more than 8 hours pursuing a woman, or even so-called 2 days, you're burning money. How much time did you spend dating per interaction? How many times you talked on the phone? How many hours? Time doing what she want and not what you want. See, a lot of dudes are out here talking about, hey, I go to the restaurants and go get something to eat because, I want to go get something to eat. So she wants to go get it. So it works out. Okay, I'm not you. I have different tastes. If I say I like McDonald's. Oh, go to Arby's. I don't like Arby's. Oh, go to the whole country buffet. No, I don't want that. I don't like those places. I like McDonald's. So guess what? They don't like McDonald's, right? So why would I deal with a woman who, you remember you say, these women are giving it away and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. Okay, let's get to know each other at McDonald's. Oh, we'll do a coffee date. I don't like coffee. So now you're telling me that everywhere I go, every time that I have to do something to get a chick, I have to give her the plan. No, I have to do what she wants to do so I can get the access to the sex, right? I mean, the access to the sexual interactions, right? So now you gave control over to a woman and not yourself. So it means that a woman rule what you do because you have to do what she wants you to do. Remember, these guys, oh, you do everything. You get it for free. You get it for free. But you're paying the price with the money that you possibly can make if you didn't talk to her. So, and you wonder why other races are just basically running circles around you, because they actually know that if they pay for it now, they can go back to their job working for it, and they make that money back that they just paid the girl to have sexual interactions with. And guess what? They'll still be ahead of you because they got more money in the bank than you do, because you spend it on cars, you spend it on money, and you spending too much hours trying to talk this girl out her panties. So how much money a woman's lifestyle costs? 10,000 to 200 million. Women cost so much and give nothing back, right? That's what I made in 2019 in January. And it's meaningful now. So, these women that you're trying to tell guys to go, how high a price and how many hours did this guy has to dump into to get at least 20 rounds of sexual interactions? Ask the man. See, these guys never ask, what do you want from women? How much sex, how much access you want from women? I want 20 rounds. Then you go to the chick and see if you're going to get the 20 rounds for your so-called work. See, they try to tell you that you're lazy. But if I'm dropping money out of my pocket, I want to make sure that it's all worth it. So if you make $8 an hour, you're not really, I could say, you can really say that, okay, if that money is worth it, if $8, $9, $10, okay, 15 hours. Oh, I mean, $15. Like, if you make 8, 9, and 10, there's somewhat of an argument that you can be like, okay, why? You know, why are you dating? Or you can actually sit back and be like, okay, you can play around with your hours. For some people. Because the mentality of, I'm trying to make it beneficial. I'm trying to actually come at both sides, not one side. Okay? If you make $8, $9, or $10, or $11 or $12 an hour, money's still falling out your pocket. But you're not spending as much money if your lifestyle is controlled, right? If you don't have a lot of things riding on certain things, right? If that's your main source of income and you need that income, then that money is real major. And you shouldn't be spending it on a bra for access. You should at least wait until you get to $10 range. At least $10 or $11 range. So you don't feel like you got and you can make that money back after the hours. But for men who makes $20, $15, $25, $30 an hour, you literally throwing your money away just to say that this girl is worth it. So put the rounds on it. Put the sexual rounds on it. How many rounds do you think this girl should give you for your time that you put into her? And a multiple time that you put into her either way. You have to figure that out. The different types of sexual interactions that a lot of people have in this market, especially over in the US, the men who talk shit about guys traveling overseas, they love dominant sexual interactions. They want to dominate you because they know that you can't get the same women they get, or they know that you have to do all the talking and all the stuff that they don't have to do, and they could get to dominate. They get to have dominant sex with the woman, while you have minister sex with women. She give it to you once, while you spend $200 or $300 worth of hours on her talking to her, and you didn't get those $300 worth of hours that you spent on her back, which is pretty much 30 rounds of sexual interactions. If you ain't getting 30 rounds for $300 of all the money that you wasted, you are a guy who have make $25 an hour, $30 or $40 an hour. You have to get more out of that than that, right? A lot of these dudes have conquered sex, conquered sex. They conquer. They here thinking they're conquering stuff because they conquered a woman. Oh yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl. Yeah, I'm conquering. I'm dominating this market. I'm dominating. I'm conquering, and they have victories. And they leave you with reward and minister sex. These two categories they want you to stay in. As long as, see, they think that because you don't get, they think that you're below the barrel and you don't get sexual interaction from nobody. So you should be happy with reward sex. So you should be happy with one interaction or maybe two. Right? Then they try to pull you into the hunger sexual interactions where they know that you're starved out and you're going to take anything and everything. You don't care if the girl has a mental problem. You don't care if the girl is a single mom. You don't care if the girl has STDs. You don't care if the girl has one leg, a missing toe, or no arms or no legs, or in a wheelchair. They don't care. Because you should be happy that you're getting it. That's what hunger. Now, P-star sexual interaction is what a lot of guys want to be, the category they want to be in. See, they want to take away all of your types of sex and leave you with 3 so they can control the 1, 2, 3, 4. Because a lot of these guys are past the point of reward sex. I mean, the reward sexual interactions. All of these guys are constantly doing the same thing from 1 to 3. And then they go 6. They all do this because they don't have to do responsibilities. They can throw the responsibilities of keeping a woman entertained to you. That's why they don't want you to leave. They want to keep this thing going. And keeping you here is about number one. And having you stay here that I made in my video is about number 2. I'm breaking it down to y'all to show you why they talking like this. Okay. Now, the women and the men working together, they know that you don't have any sexual interactions and they're going to give you 1. So that they're going to give you this amount of minutes to be with them. You put in 18, 19, 15, 16, 90, 100, 300 hours of talking to this woman and getting her mind and getting to know her in the hard work. And they're giving you 5 minutes. They don't give you a second round or a third round for all the work you did for them. It ain't victory no more. It ain't the victory. It's the reward. The reward, they can control how much they give you. The minister of sex, they can give you as whatever they think that you deserve. So you ain't good enough in bed. You might not even be packing, but guess what? You should be happy with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Or you should be happy that 5 minutes is enough. While they get to choose 30 to an hour of interactions with them, because a lot of them didn't do anything in their life. They haven't been productive. They don't have hobbies. They don't have stuff that make them real truly happy. They don't have things that outside of women. So they focus on women. They focus so much on women because they had nothing else in life. So they got good at sexual interaction while you was working, while you was doing other things, while you was trying to do this and try to do that. You stayed on a good path. You stayed out of drama, and you are not good at sex. So now they're selling you number 4 and number 5. Oh, my bad, medicines. My bad, medicine. But I forgot to change it, but this is from 2019. So minuscule. So they want to play with the hours that you get, right? They want to play with the hours that you get from the women. Because if you go overseas, your numbers is limited. This, you could have 1 to 3 or 6. You can have 6, 3, 2, and 1 overseas. Over here, you can't, because that's when it comes with the shaming. Oh, you too small to do this. You ain't this and this and this and that. So it gives women control. My list from 2020, back in March of last year. And guess what? It's March again of 2021. And now look what happened. C Boogie was called. D Darrell is non-existent now. Super Slide put his hat in with Mr. Jack. Ron Wills is still out there saying stuff. ARC is not that much. O'Shea is flip-flopping. Taz is now popping up. AM1 not existent no more. Emil Lamir's not in the conversation anymore. Jay Shaw not in the conversation no more. Cerulean Gray is with his girlfriend on here, her disrespecting people. Obsidian is not in this conversation like that no more. Brother Moses ain't in this conversation like that no more. And Mr. Research is non-existent because people don't listen to him no more. But I can update this list. Half of the people are still anti-SYSBM, but they're just, some of them are not in it no more. But a lot of them are still, this list still there. Now, the list that I made in February of last year. People who should not be in spaces or anything to do with helping black men. D. Darrell, infantry skills. Ben DeSilver, and you see he going. Rue Dip, Black Caesar, Gab, Unicorn, Uppity Unicorn, Jessica X, and Naima. So, this stuff that's coming up right now is them controlling the women. You have to buy into the women, and the women will control your sexuality because they get to control these women. Also, they want you to eat dog food while they get to eat 5-star prime steak. You have to eat out the garbage, but they get to eat at a table. Because that's what it does. That's what they want you to do. They see you as less than, and they also want to dirty you up as much as possible. They want you to be on child support. They want you to have a story about a woman pulling a weapon out on you. They want you to talk about you fixing your car from a woman slamming your stuff. They want you to go in court and fight against a Me Too case. They want you to be locked up for domestic violence. They want you so they can talk about you, about what you did to yourself. They want you to be a drunk. They want you to be a drug addict. They want you to talk to about having a wife and wife. They want you to talk about cheating on their wives. They want you to be sitting here talking about family life. They want you to talk about, they want you to be a gossip girl, a desperate housewife, or a desperate husband wife. They want you to join the desperate husbands of America, where you get caught cheating, but then you're bragging about submission and getting plates of food, but then you go and brag about all the women that you've been with. Or then you go online and scream and yell, oh yeah, man, these women don't give me a break. I want 5 hours to myself. I can't even get 3 hours. I can't even get 3 hours. And then you sitting in the green room going online talking. Or you got to sit outside and make videos. But you got to talk crap about guys who don't want women in their life. You have to make women about your life. Never trust men at all who have to have women in their life more than 3 hours. 2 hours of talking, 1 hour of sexual interactions. If these dudes are being around women when it comes down to part-time hours and even 8 hours, and they want to talk to you about dating advice when you like, dog, I got other things to do. I was only here to just do this real quick and leave. If they give women more than at least 3 or 4 days out of the week, then they can't tell you anything. Don't passport bros and sysbm know what they're doing. They're bringing this up because they need new women to target. They need you to be out the way, so they need to slander you and make you look bad like they did years ago. These guys has never changed the narrative of the educated lane. They never try to change the vocabulary when it comes to good men. They call you square. They call you lame. They call you names. But then they try to be in the same chat as you. They never try to change the tablet. They never try to change the women they sleeping with and try to make sure that these women got it correct and stop treating these men the right way. They didn't create an environment for sysbm and men don't want to do all this crazy. They didn't make room in the dating scene in America. They just benefited off of dysfunction. And now they're angry that you don't want to compete with them in the same arena. They are football players without teams, without a team to go against. They are an MMA or a boxer who all they do is shadow boxing. They need an audience. They have an audience, but they don't have an opponent. Because to them, they need an opponent to shame and talk down to. But without that opponent, they look like an idiot shadow boxing with a crowd full of people. So the point of them trying to come at you now again after a year or 2 years, almost 2 years now, is that they want to take your place. They want to get the women that you get with. They want to be in your place. They don't want to pay child support. They don't want to be in clubs no more. They don't want to be able to dress up. They want to be minimalists. They want to actually be able to save their money. They don't want to listen to girl talk no more. They don't want to look at Love and Hip Hop. They don't want to hear a girl blabber and talk. They want to have the same type of women you have, where you have optimal time to be yourself. They're angry that they wasted all this time and they have no identity but this female. They have to be at the club. They have to be outside. They have female DNA in them. So they act like women, dress like women, talk like women, walk around and be like, yeah. So when I say dress like women, they have to be loud. They have to have everybody see them. They have to overspend because their emotions. I'm just looking out for people, man. So watch out, sysbm, passport bros. Just know why they coming at you again.